Well, it's time for the Big Bear to go hibernate until September 2024. The Bucs lost to the Lions in the divisional round of the playoffs, 23-31, and I'm sad. But, hey, the Buccaneers didn't embarrass themselves. The Lions played pretty good, but, we hung in there, never had the lead at all once in the game. But, it wasn't a completely embarrassing game. Now I'm going to say this, not to take anything away from the Lions, but the Buccaneers beat themselves in this game. They had a little bit of help, but they beat themselves. The difference seemed to be quarterback play in this game. It seemed like the Lions cornerbacks could catch the ball, whereas the Buccaneers cornerbacks could not. That was a big difference in this game. We had Jamel Dean, one of our better cornerbacks, drop an interception in the end zone that would have changed the game to start the game off with. It gave the Lions, allowed them to get their first 3 points. Chris Godwin, who normally has pretty sure hands, he failed to catch a third down pass, went right through his hands. And then on the very next play, our fantastic kicker missed a chip shot field goal. We had Mike Evans, had a ball go right off his hands and land right in the hands of a Lions cornerback. Mayfield was sacked 4 times, and not a single one of those sacks was because of the Lions. 2 of them were because of missed blocking assignments by the Buccaneers, and the other 2 were because Rachaad White, our running back, missed his block. One, he slipped and fell down. So, it wasn't like the Lions just beat us. We gave them assistance. Let's put it that way. And I don't want to be this guy, but I'm going to be for a second here. The refs didn't help out either. Oh, well, no, everybody complaining about the refs, but I don't want to whine about it. But the second quarter penalty at 11:30, at about 11:30 in the second quarter, the penalty for offensive pass interference on 88 Cade Otton was complete BS. I don't think I've seen bad calls, so I'm not going to say it was the worst call I've ever seen, but the linebacker stepped in front of Cade Otton, and Cade Otton ran into him, but yet they called it on Cade Otton. It should have been, if anything, on the defense, because he impeded his route. And then at 5 minutes in the third quarter, the Lions ran the same play, basically. I think it was a mesh, but they picked our guy, number 29, off of his receiver, just knocked him on the ground. They didn't call that. That was like 5 yards down the field. So there was some bad calls in this game, probably on both sides. But when we look at the all 22, we'll know. There was the fourth quarter sack by Shaq Barrett at about 3:02 in the fourth quarter. This was when the score was 23-31. The Lions had the ball. We needed to stop them to get the ball back so we could drive down, score, blah, blah, blah. Shaq Barrett gets a sack, and it was like, yay! But then there was a penalty on Carlton Davis for face mask. And it was one of those face masks, if you look at it, if you look at the replay, he went to press the receiver, and the receiver grabs his wrist and pushed it up into his helmet. And we've watched all 22, and I pointed out all the time, here's hands to the face, here's hands to the face, here's hands to the face. If they're going to have these penalties, they need to be consistent with them. So anyhow, that gave the Lions the ability to extend that drive another 2 minutes, I think. So a few interesting things. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all the stats and stuff on this game. Just don't particularly want to relive it. KJ Britt started. And I'm not sure if I saw Devin White out there at all. I do not recall seeing Devin White play at all. Mike Evans, beside his first missed catch that turned out to be an interception, had a great game. He had 8 receptions on 12 targets for 147 yards and 1 touchdown. The time of possession was 28 minutes for the Bucs, 32 minutes for the Lions. You got to remember, I think 2 minutes of that was the last drive where they just basically kneeled on it, or 1:30. So it was kind of even. Levante David was a leading tackler for both teams. He had 13 tackles, 9 solo, 4 assists, 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss. KJ Britt was a close second. He had 12 tackles, 7 solo, 1 tackle for a loss. Problem with this game with the Buccaneers was we could not stop them on defense. Turnovers were our only hope, and I kept saying on this drive, we need a turnover, we need a turnover. We just never could do it. Never could do it. Never really even came close other than those 2 dropped interceptions. Bucs did get the ball to start the second half. At this point, it was 10-10. It was 10-10, so it was like the game just started. We were all on even field. So we got the ball to start off with. We're moving down the field, and at midfield on a 3rd and 4, Gedeke misses a blocking assignment and just lets 97 Hutchinson run straight in for a sack, ending the drive. And that was kind of how the game went all day. Again, no pressure from our front, our defensive front, unless we're blitzing. That's an issue. It really is. Cansey had a great sack at the end of the game. It was a 3rd down right before the half. That's right, right before the half. Wasn't at the end of the game. So he had a good sack. But other than that, we just don't get pressure. We just don't generate pressure with just our front. And that's an issue. This has been going on 2 years now. They had multiple sustained drives when they needed them, and we just couldn't stop them. We just couldn't stop them. Interesting tidbit. The announcers said that the coaches cannot listen to the broadcast. That includes the coaches in the booth. I did not know that. They can watch the broadcast, but they can't listen to it. Interesting. Did not know. Jamel Dean got hurt late in the game, and Zion McCollum came in and took his place, and the Detroit Lions just tore him apart. He was not ready, it seemed like, and St. Brown ate him alive. We had him on man coverage with St. Brown. I don't know why Carlton Davis wasn't on him, because he's supposed to be our best cornerback. You put the best cornerback on the best receiver. We don't do that, apparently. So, again, it wasn't an embarrassing game. We played good. We almost had that comeback drive. It was a great interception by Detroit there at the end. Questionable pass by Mayfield. But we were in it. We were in it this whole game. There was a period there where we were down by 2 touchdowns, but we closed that gap, and we were going to do it. There's a lot to be said about this game, so we're going to talk about it tomorrow in our live stream, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you get a chance, come hang out with us. Let us know what you think, man. I mean, it's going to be a long off season. A lot of stuff is going to happen. We got a lot of guys we got to sign. We're going to lose some guys. We're going to lose some of our favorite players, I fear. But we'll see how it all works out. Come join us in the live stream, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let us know what you think. And join the conversation if you want, or just sit there and, watch us. It's all cool. Just be a Bucs fan. Be a Bucs fan. All right, guys. It hurt, but at least we beat the Eagles. We beat them down, clipped their wings, and threw them to the Lions, basically. So that was good. We got one step farther than I thought we would. We all figured we were going to win the NFC South. It was a little touch and go there for a little bit. It was not the season we wanted. It was better than most people expected, but Bucs fans knew what was coming. We thought that, we might win a playoff game, but we weren't sure. We didn't think we'd go that much further, and that's where we went. So I think most Bucs fans are kind of happy, satisfied with this outcome. Lions are a good team. Good luck to them against the 49ers. 49ers are a good team. NFC South, I want y'all to represent in the Super Bowl, so let's get up there and beat them. It's time for me to go hibernate. September, football's done for me. I'll watch the games, but I will not be that excited about them. Anyhow, see you here live stream, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And until next time, go Bucs.